How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have for you all a couple games of ranked seasons. I have been able to play about 4 games since the brand new season has begun, and that was about last week or so. It will be the last season for this year, simply because MLB The Show 20 will be coming out shortly in a couple weeks, at least for the season that I'm going to play. There might still be a couple seasons even after MLB The Show 20 is released. Each month it might reset. I'm not quite sure about that, but as you can tell by the title of this video, I did hit a home run with each and every batter in the lineup except for the pitcher. I wanted to make that clear as well, but so far in this game, so I hit the first pitch of the game out. Willie Mays lines one off of the third baseman's wrist, it looks like, and that's going to be a single. That could have been a ground rule double if it went out of play right there. But anyway, Babe Ruth up at the plate. I'm looking for a good quality pitch to swing at, try and get a good 3-0 lead in this game. I did post some of this content onto Twitter as well. I wanted to try and upload it as soon as I played the game, but I wasn't able to get anything going right there. I'm going with the hit and run. I felt like I got one with Babe Ruth lined out, and this one was a curveball that I squared up and hit a no-doubt home run on. So definitely a solid hit from Jimmy Fox. Jimmy Fox has been the best third baseman on the team since I picked him up. I think that his fielding is somewhat lacking over there at third. I wanted to try out Mike Schmidt. I wanted to try out a couple different third basemen, but anyway, Jimmy Fox has been the best hitter for me at third base, regardless of his defense. I mean, he hits a home run just about every game. But here we have Willie Mays coming to the plate, hitting one, no doubter on a sinker, low and away. That was a good pitch by the opponent, but that was definitely a good squared up fastball that I was able to get a no doubt animation on. Now we have Jimmy Fox up once again, and he's going to smack that one into the gap. The thing about this card is he has really good contact, really good power, and maxed out vision, if I'm not mistaken. So in that range, I mean, if you have that combination, you're going to not only hit a lot of home runs with that card, but you're going to get a lot of extra base hits as well. Lou Gehrig is sending that one deep. So far we have a few home runs throughout the 4th inning, one each inning at least, and I'm looking to continue to expand the lead because this opponent could definitely hit a little bit. He's going to get something going here. Already one solo shot in the game. He has Johnny Bench coming up to the plate. I recently picked up this James Paxton card, and this card is really good. This Player of the Month version of James Paxton, 97 overall. I mean, I really struggled when I face him every single time, and I want to reiterate that card is really good. He has a great pitch repertoire, and so far I have not lost the game while using him. So he has been able to get me in a good position to win every game. Either I didn't get the decision or he did get the win. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But anyway, this opponent was starting to get some predictable tendencies in terms of his location at the start of each batter. I mean, he was throwing a lot of fastballs with Walter Johnson. He was throwing a lot of fastballs low and away to start the inning, and to start each batter. And if you miss over the plate, then the result is going to be right down the middle. And I started to sit on a couple of these locations and try and get some good results, and I was able to get rewarded on just about every swing. So that's another thing to keep in mind is, I mean, I was one swing of the bat from winning the game with a mercy rule, and now, I mean, no lead is ever safe in the MLB The Show. I know that this opponent could come back at any time. I wanted to explain that I really had a good chance to win this game in that previous inning, but I was unable to get the job done. I swung at a couple bad pitches, even though I was able to put up 10 runs to this point. I mean, every at-bat, every pitch is really important when you're playing this game. I mean, I was checking out some of the ESL tournament over the weekend and trying to learn as much as I can from some of the best players in the game as well. And each and every pitch really makes a huge difference in this game. I mean, as you can see, this opponent got something going. He was able to score 5 runs in this inning, making his total 6, as he had one solo shot earlier in the game. But I figured at that point, James Paxton is done. Even though we still have the lead, his confidence was just rattled too much simply because he gave up 5 runs. But now that it's my turn to hit after bringing in Billy Wagner, I want to try and get some of those runs right back. I feel like I'm able to string together a few good squared up hits, then I'm going to be able to get some of those runs right back. I mean, that's really important. Whenever they put up a few especially, 5-6 runs in one inning. You really want to try and chip away, even if you're winning the game. You want to give yourself that cushion that you already had. And I'm trying to put this game away in this specific inning right here. He brought in Wade Davis. This is a card that I've hit pretty well throughout playing this game, the Signature Series Wade Davis. And I felt like some of these swings I was early on, I was definitely able to get rewarded on some interesting feedback in terms of my PCI placement, where the bat made contact with the ball. And now we have the bases loaded after he walked Lou Gehrig. He's facing... Actually, he walked Babe Ruth. He's facing Jimmy Fox, and that one is sent into the gap by Jimmy Fox. That's going to clear the bases, bringing up Lou Gehrig. So this is an interesting situation where I got all the runs back that the opponent was able to put up, and I have the game-winning run at second base. All I need to do is score that run for the mercy rule, and we end up hitting it out for a two-run shot, a game winner, for a walk-off home run in the 6th inning there. So actually the 5th inning. That was a great game. We move up to 7-16, and now we're going up against another really good opponent. This guy's a top 50 player, and this will be on Hall of Fame, I believe, because we're both in the 700s for the rating points. But as you can see, this opponent is a top 50 player. He has the top 50 banner. Whether it's one season or all the seasons, I'm still going to consider him a top 50 player simply because he was able to finish in that range for one of the seasons. That's something that's pretty challenging to do. So I know that this opponent knows what he's doing in terms of this game, playing on the harder difficulties, playing on legend, and stuff like that. So I think that that's important. I also brought in Mike Schmidt. I wanted to pick him up off the market. I talked about it earlier, and I brought him into the game. He's playing third base. He's going to smack that one off of Justin Verlander, but that is going to score a run. Cody Bellinger will score from third base. Even though I thought he had a good chance to throw him out there, I was able to capitalize on a 1-0 lead. Anyway, what a play from Clayton Kershaw. This card is still really effective against some of the better players in the game. It does not matter. This card's been out since the game has released, and this card is amazing. I mean, if you're able to select this dude at 75 level bronze, and I did not. I chose Ichiro just because he's my favorite player. But as soon as I had another opportunity to take somebody, I took this Clayton Kershaw, and he's never left my rotation. That card is absolutely incredible, and I'm hoping when the MLB The Show 20 is released, they don't really release any endgame players at the very beginning of launch besides collection rewards and depending on team affinities. I'm down for alternative versions of those players, but not endgame 99 overall signature cards unless, they're budget players. Like Tony Gwynn was great to have this year. I mean, I guess there's a few guys I'd like to see, but Frank Thomas was used throughout majority of people's teams. Anyway, I'm kind of just rambling on, but I felt like they released quite a few endgame cards at the start of the game cycle, which is, it worked out well. There's just a ton of content. I'm hoping for a lot of great things with MLB The Show 20, but in this specific situation right here, felt like the opponent might have made a mistake right there. Pitching to Honus Wagner with the base open, the pitcher spot on deck, 2 outs. I hit the 3-run shot, but at the same time, this guy is definitely a good player. He's going to be able to score some runs right back. Just as he put up a good amount of runs in one inning, your opponent will try and respond. But as we move our way towards MLB The Show 20, I'm extremely excited to get into some ranked seasons, to get into some custom leagues, to start practicing and playing online in that game to get a little bit better and try and make World Series, try and unlock some good cards, stuff like that. I'm really excited for all the brand new content to be released into the game and just to see all the new players that they go with. I'm waiting for that Diamond Dynasty live stream there as Mike Schmidt made a great play on that double play ball. He's been really good at third base since I picked him up. Here's a home run from Babe Ruth. I have no idea how this was even launched dead center. Wasn't a no-doubter. I missed it, but the PCI, as you can see, was slightly on the ball. It felt like this was a better hit, and it turns out that it's not going to be a hit at all. Aroldis Chapman makes the play. Mike Schmidt hits the pitcher 2 times in the same game and doesn't even have a base hit to show for it. But Ken Griffey Jr. is going deep with a 3-run shot. This is a ball game right here. This guy made a nice comeback, 7-1. Now it's 7-4. I'm looking to try and get at least 1 run back in this inning right here. Lou Gehrig's going to fly out to the warning track. I felt like I got that one just maybe a little bit too late on it. Even though I pulled it, if I was a little bit more early or slightly just early on the feedback, then that would be a no-doubter. But anyway, bottom of the ninth inning, we do have an opportunity, top of the ninth with Bruce Sutter in the game. This is my go-to reliever, and Mike Schmidt's going to make the play there to end the game. I move up to about 740 rating, and I went ahead and played one more game. I'll have the highlights for that game coming soon. Peace out, everybody. I hope you enjoyed.